In this video, I'm gonna tell you how to configure Modbus TCP in ABB Omnicore System. Let's begin. First, choose Add-in. You have to download Modbus TCP for Omnicore System. This add-in has Robertware version requirement. Remember, your Robertware version must at least 7.13. After you installed this add-in, the next you restart and you choose controller. And first step, you have to enable on public firewall configuration communication. Firewall manager, you have to enable on public network rapid sockets. This is the first step. The second step, in the real project, you have to change IP address based on your project, either for WAN port. Okay, the next, you go back to the controller. So before you change the IP address, also you need to confirm your system must already have multi-task. Go back to this. Options. You have to make sure your system already have multitasking, this option. Okay, so then you choose controller task, choose Modbus server, because in the video the robot always be the server. Okay, so we gonna demonstrate robot as server, outside as client. So first change to the normal, this type, then you can change the IP address where you can change it. You'll find this one. First change to normal, then you change the IP address. As you can see here. So the second one is for the, it's running the code, I'm gonna switch it. Okay, also I'm gonna disconnect. So you find these two lines. The second one is for the simulation virtual configure. The first one is for the real one. The default IP address is for the MGMT port. So if you want to change the IP address, you change here, this line. Okay, once you finish the IP address modification, then you go back to the controller. You go back to the tasks. You have to change back to the semi-static. Okay, then you restart the system. Okay, so this is the second step for you to Modbus communication. The next, so you have to restart the system or you get restart. The next, you have to master the Modbus address for ABB Omnicore System. Okay, this is important. So generally, we divided Modbus address for ABB Omnicore System such as general I/O, digital input and output, and system input and output, and holding register such as robot position, speed, this information. So you can look at this one. This is the first picture. So this is for the system digital. As you can see, DO, this is the status, and 0 to 3 is the system status, 16 to 20 is the system input, which is motor on action, motor off, program to main, start, soft stop. So you follow this. This is the Modbus address. And as you can see, signal type. This is the system DO and DI. Okay, and you also need to see this. This is the holding register for robot, which will test the client, the robot position, speed. You follow this. This is the address for holding register. Okay. This is the coil. This is the coil Modbus register. I repeat, this address is the coil Modbus address, and this is the holding register Modbus address. Okay, and the next. So in this demo, I'm gonna show you how to reset general digital input and output. As you can see, this is the coil 32 to 95, which is the robot general output, and 96 to 159 is the robot input. So this is the general input and output, also coil in the Modbus address. Okay, you follow this. This is the Modbus address coil. And in the robot side, also we have this array, also for holding register. So you can use the FC function 3 to read the holding register from robot and write holding register to robot based on this array. This is the holding register Modbus address. So in the video, in this course, I'm only demonstrate how to reset general I/O, because others are the same way for you to achieve. So let's begin. So first, you have to use the Modbus pole, okay, and switch to automatic. Right now it's already automatic, so we close it and we focus. So we go back to the home, we find I/O, we find virtual, so we find this one. We only focus first, we begin with the general input. Okay, I'm gonna demonstrate use this one. So first connect. So Modbus TCP, because this is the default IP address for simulation, so we choose OK. Then the next, we choose setup. So read write definition. So for the general I/O, I said this is the coil register Modbus. So not holding register, you should coil register, coil. So we choose 15, write multiple coils, okay, and start 96, like this. Repeat, this is the general input, coil, output, okay, you follow this. Then we type, begin with 96, and you can choose the quantity, whatever. And so here, I'm going to show you, okay? As you can see, the next. So we're going to type it. Okay, so this is the input, general input. What about general output? So we begin with the (32) here, okay, and we choose setup. Right now we have to read, because a robot can set these signals. Okay, we have to read coils. And begin with the, so we simulate first. We first simulate. So As you can see, changed, 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 false, 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 false. So this is this video's content. If you think useful, don't forget to make a donation on my home page. See you next.